And welcome back to another episode of Jezreel Talks, where we help African diasporans repatriate with ease. So today we are outside just for a little change of scenery. We are in beautiful Oyarafa Mall, so you guys can, I don't know if y'all can see the mountains. So we came out here just for a change of pace so you guys can see how beautiful Ghana is. So today we wanted to come to you guys, and we're going to watch a couple of clips. So we're going to watch a couple of clips talking about this solar eclipse that's supposed to be happening in the States from April 8th. Right? April 8th? Okay, yes, it's supposed to be on April 8th. And we're going to watch a couple of clips from TEO Ministries. And if you guys don't know their channel, they do biblical teachings. They also...
Prophecy.
They also focus on end times prophecy as well. So they are a wonderful channel to watch. So if you would like more information about their channel, we'll leave their information and the link to the video that we are watching in the description box below. So we're going to go ahead and watch these clips and we will be right back.
This is unanimously.
A month away from the April 8th solar eclipse, Travis County issues a disaster declaration. Officials expect to see big crowds, traffic, and a strain on first responders, hospitals, and roads.
That's what we're trying to put resources in place for, to direct traffic, extra law enforcement on the streets out in those areas, extra signage, working with Waze and Google to try to pre-identify and map routes that people can take safely into and out of the area.
Private property owners in unincorporated areas are required to let the county know if they plan to host a gathering with more than 50 people. That's so first responders can prepare accordingly.
We're making the declaration today. It's going to be in effect until the 8th because we're requiring that registration and those other measures until the 8th. The court ratifying that today will keep it into effect.
Del Valle ISD announcing Friday they're canceling classes on April 8th, joining these districts that will close that day. Other districts like Austin ISD are using the day as an educational event. The county says there are no plans to close roads. Some parks require reservations and many are already filled up.
We want to make sure, even when we were talking specifically around potential challenge points going into and out of the parks, the goal is going to be to keep the traffic moving as free flow as possible.
Hays County is closing their county offices that day, except for public safety ones. No matter where you are, leaders say avoid non-urgent appointments that day. Stock up on groceries and gas beforehand, and download the What 3 Words app to make it easier for first responders to find you.
We expect to have a nice, perfect day with a nice, perfect crowd, and but we're going to be ready if it doesn't turn out that way.
This is getting wild. The National Guard is going to be here now for the solar eclipse. This article today was released in an Oklahoma newspaper saying that they will have guardsmen present in McCurtain County for the solar eclipse. But things get much weirder. The 22 members of an elite chemical, biological, radiological, and nuclear unit will be housed in Broken Bow, in addition to 110 to 150 Oklahoma Highway Patrol troopers. They're also urging residents to stock up with 1 to 2 weeks of food in advance of the event and to have full fuel tanks. They're also saying that it's likely that communication facilities could be overloaded, possibly making it difficult to make cell phone calls. Similar warnings are going out in different states, including Noblesville Fire Department in Texas. And apparently schools are canceled this day, and people are going on Twitter writing statements like this: something strange is definitely happening. My kids in 3 different schools all got notices that school will be closed that day. What do you know about this solar eclipse?
All right, guys, I'm 44 years old. Never in my life when I grew up did I hear about a upside down smiley face crescent moon. We always learned about a side facing crescent moon. Kids never grew a upside down smiley face for their moon. What is going on here? When did this start happening?
All right, y'all. Now that we have seen all that we have seen it. We have seen it's some very strange happenings going on surrounding this eclipse. So I'll start off by talking about the first clip The first clip was very weird, y'all. Okay, so this is a news clip, and they're trying to say that Travis County, I believe Travis County is in Texas, has declared a disaster declaration for a eclipse.
Right.
I don't understand.
How many times have we experienced an eclipse?
Right. How many eclipses have there been? And they're trying to say that, schools are closing.
Right.
For an eclipse.
Yes.
Oh, why?
Right.
Like what? I remember being in school during an eclipse, and they give you the little glasses, right? They give you the little glasses, and you just, they like it's a learning experience or something.
Right.
But no, schools are closing. They're declaring a disaster declaration for the county. Also, they're saying that they're foreseeing a strain on first responders and officers.
Wow.
Why are you foreseeing a strain? Like, are you foreseeing some sort of like health emergency? Like, I'm not understanding.
You got something? Okay, and so for me, it was like declaring a disaster declaration, right? And so it's like, okay, so how can you declare a disaster before the disaster strikes, right? And so he also talked about extra signage. And I'm like, signage? Like, what is the signage going to say?
Yeah. It's so shocking that just for an eclipse, they are telling people to stock up food
Right.
and gas.
Food and gas.
Food and gas.
Guys, I don't know. Okay, maybe we are not as old enough. But if you're out there and you're very old and you've ever seen any eclipse that has happened and the government officials and some of these corporate institutions are just asking you to store up food and gas, please, you can put it in the comment section, because all my life I've never heard that before.
It is so suspicious.
Yeah, and even what is much scary is that the duration, they say for a week or two. Like, how?
Right. Ouch. Listen, a week or two of food for an eclipse that's only supposed to last for what?
For some, an hour or 2 hours or something.
I was like a day. I don't even know. Like, I was at least giving them a day.
Right.
It's real suspicious, y'all. So they're saying that because of their disaster declaration, that they're going to be putting extra law enforcement on the streets.
Yes. Yes.
To ease traffic.
Right.
They are also closing down schools.
Right.
They are closing down schools for an eclipse. And then they themselves are going to close down all their offices.
Right, the county offices.
What do they know? Like, what do they know that we don't know?
Right. And why are you going?
Why are you going?
Declare an emergency and then leave?
Exactly.
That's so
and
true.
Like, we're declaring emergency, and the offices will be closed today, and we're going to be going home too.
I don't know. When I saw these clips, I was like, "What? Like, there's obviously something going on that they're just not telling the general public."
Right.
And the fact that they're telling people to stock up on food. They're telling people to stock up on fuel, gas for your car. And they're also, I don't know if y'all caught it in the first clip, but she was telling people to download the app.
Right.
The app that would make it easier for first responders to find you.
Yeah.
And mind you, we're still just talking about an eclipse.
Right.
Like, first responders to find me for what?
Right. And that's why declaring an emergency is super weird, right?
It's very weird.
Like, okay, so you're saying you're declaring an emergency, but then on top of that, you're saying stock up on all of this stuff. And then on top of that, you're putting extra signage.
All right, yeah. So they're already foreseeing that communication towers will be down. So they're already predicting an instance where you won't be able to make phone calls, just like the instance that happened about a few weeks ago in the States, where all the cell phone services went down for hours on end. And so I find it very suspicious, one, that they're able to predict something like this. And two, that they're already telling you to stock up on 1 to 2 weeks worth of food, have a full tank of gas, and they're already saying, oh yeah, by the way, you probably won't be able to make any phone calls.
It's so strange. I don't know if it has any link, because at this moment it's just sending my mind to the movie that was released, Leave the World Behind.
That's true.
Is it something that, they brought it out to prepare us, and then this is going to happen? Does it have any connection or something? Well, I mean, that can only be my thought. But let us know, your thought. Just put it in the comment section, because these things they are kind of doing is very strange.
It's so strange.
For an eclipse, cell phone is not going to work.
Right.
Right.
They are telling us to stock up food and gas to some extent to like for like a week or
Right,
two.
2 weeks.
They're closing schools,
Businesses.
closing
Right.
businesses.
County offices, government buildings.
Yeah, like it's something else. Like, guys, something is happening out there, and we really need to like put ourselves in a position, especially for those of us who have like families,
Right.
you know,
Mhm.
out there. We have to put up, you know, ourselves in a position to kind of, you know, fend for ourselves, because if anything to happen, the most people who are really going to find it difficult, and I stand to be corrected, are the black people like we, because
true.
they will first of all rescue theirs first
That's true.
before us.
That's true.
And so yeah.
Right.
All right, y'all. So
I'm sorry, just one more thing. And one more thing we probably should look into, because she said that in the second part, she was saying that it's Broken Bow. And so we need to look at what's going on in Broken Bow.
Right.
That is this a residential area that's in Broken Bow? Like, is this like never heard of before in Broken Bow? And so if anybody comes across this video who happens to be in Broken Bow,
Yeah,
let us know what's going on in Broken Bow. What's going on in Broken Bow?
Oklahoma. What is happening? Yeah, listen. If you from Oklahoma, please let us know. If y'all see the National Guard out, listen,
Yeah.
come back to this video
Right.
and leave a comment like, y'all, they out here.
Wow.
So a strange instance that has been happening, that has been in conjunction with all of this talk about the eclipse, is the things that's going on with the moon. So in the States, it's very popular occurrence for people to see this upside down crescent moon. So as we know, the moon has always been the crescent on either the left side or the right side. I believe it's waxing or waning. That's what they teach you in school.
Right.
So the crescent has never been on the bottom. It has never been on the top. Not that I have ever seen. Not that anyone has ever taught or told me. And so that there has been videos. There have been pictures. So this third clip, this guy is like, what is happening? I have never seen. Right. He said, I have never seen no upside down smiley face crescent moon.
Yeah.
And beside him, he put up these reliefs. And these reliefs were of, I think they were Babylonian reliefs, and they were from ancient times, and they're talking about the Anunnaki, or if you read the book of Enoch, it's talking about the Watchers. Okay, and these people who worship Watchers are looking for that sort of sign in the sky. That's why on the reliefs you see the same exact symbol. And a lot of people have a lot of speculation because this sign is being seen in the States. They're like, oh, the Watchers are almost here. Oh, they are coming. And listen, if you know the word of the Most High, then you know that in the last days, it will be exactly like the days of Noah.
Okay.
Listen, they on their way. I mean, that is my belief that they will walk among us again. Sounds silly to say,
No,
but it's
we
true.
believe the word.
The word is true.
That's right.
Yeah. So, what are y'all thoughts about this upside down crescent moon and what it may mean?
For me, I think I want to put a message out there. I think the most I kind of prepare us through His word that in the last days some of these things will happen as signs, you know, to point us that these are the end times, so we should watch out. And so, if you are out there already and seeing all these signs happening around, and your relationship with the Most High is not it, you should know that we are already in the end times. And so you have to up your game. You have to start, you know, connecting yourself back to the Most High. You know, so it is time, you know, like these are warnings, these are signs, and it's all over the place. A lot of things are happening that even camera or the news have not even said it yet.
Right.
And so it is time for you to get yourself connected to the Most High.
Right.
It's so important. Don't wait until you're like, oh, because even if you are in the truth already, it is time for you to really, really like take it serious.
Right.
You know, be very cautious and mindful about your relationship with the Most High in times like this, because it is only Him and His word that we can be saved. It is only through Him and His word that we can be saved in times like this, because they have planned it all out.
That's true.
Without our knowledge, they have planned it all out. Like even what is going to happen next year, next 2 years, next 3 years. We can only be saved through Him and His word.
That's it.
If that's all that we have, then thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to let us know in the comments y'all thoughts on all of these clips. and the strange happenings that are going on. We are definitely in the last days, and it is imperative that we prepare, not only physically, but most importantly, spiritually. All right, y'all. So that's all we have for y'all. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. We will see you next time. Bye.